It is starting to rain here on this beautiful trail, but I am alone today. I was hoping for sunshine. I'm not gonna let a good filming opportunity go to waste. We'll see how long we go here. The rain just started. A lot of people are thinking about preparedness in groups, and I've learned a lot of things in my years. My dealings with people in Portland, the common, average personality types, as well as dealing with people on the internet, gauging things like attention span, people being able to even see the content as relevant years later. Now, believe it or not, as a truth speaker, as opposed to somebody that doesn't put themselves out there, but the truth speaker that wants to stay alive and keep speaking truth, you got to put up some barriers between yourself and the public. And the public, especially now in the year 2019, with all things that we've seen, especially in the stage managed Civil War scenario, people today shouldn't be offended when there are certain boundaries and expectations when we're dealing with content that can cause some people to want to act against that content. Some people years ago were never experienced with this type of prototype personality. They may have been a doctor themselves, and then years may have passed only to find what they've done to others done to them. Now, this also includes good deeds. The good deeds that we engage in to a certain degree are also returned to us. This isn't a curse when I say that karma returns. I'm waiting still for some positive karma in my mind to return. At the same time, I acknowledge lifetimes of karma that I may be working off. What I'm seeing right now in this ramp up to the full moon is other people also talking about visions. Other people also talking about what they're interpreting astrologically. I'm also seeing a lot of confirmation of things that I've talked about, whether or not that's Dr. Feelgood content or not. I can look at a woman, a white woman with an Australian accent, talking about the changes in the sun in human consciousness, but extreme cliff notes of what I talk about. 322 likes, 3 dislikes. In a day and age where I try to reach people with that content, and people will treat me as if it's not as relevant as the other content. Well, clearly, there are some humans, to the tune of 100,000 that watched her video, that find the content or the topic relevant. Then why have I somehow found myself unable to reach them? It's a niche topic that not a lot of people talk about. But if spiritual awakenings or another Dr. Feelgood or Miss Feelgood spiritual channel, what I'm saying is, and also calmly, we're up against the machine already. We're up against the machine already. And some of us truly are some of the most suppressed speakers. And the reason that we don't get involved with groups is because of how this archonic interference, we can also just simply call it mind control for less of you less familiar with the term. Electronic harassment is real. There is also what I call spiritual warfare. And if you're looking at one, or like just gang stalking without the other, you're making a mistake. This warning, like others, also falls on deaf ears. The danger in centralizing your planning on social media groups, especially Facebook, is that certain frequencies could be sent out, and I'm speculating. I have no insider info. But my dealings with people on social media has been evident that people can really lose their cool, emotional composure, sense of even respect for another human being. They might even lash out, send emails, and do other things that are impulsive that they normally wouldn't do to someone's face. There's also a lot of split personalities that I pick up on the internet, as if the internet promotes different personalities, energies, or spirits working through someone. Does that make sense? Because I'm not trying to overcomplicate this. It's not come with me if you want to live. It's probably not good for a lot of people to be in one group or in one spot. It's probably not good for a bunch of people to be centralized on Facebook, for Facebook to be observing the networking of all these different groups. Now, there is no privacy. When I talk to you about a data breach regarding Facebook, I'm not doing that for clicks or hits. I care about you and your family and the next generation of people that could be targeted simply because they were born in the wrong country at the wrong time, just like others. They are watching us, and years of private message data has now been harvested by superstate nations. They are getting ready. I felt myself intuitively drawn yesterday to Google the words Peninsula State Forest. And in state Washington, the US Navy has expanded the electromagnetic weapons testing that I reported them doing out in the ocean years ago, warning the people of the Pacific Northwest this is preparations for war. While they don't warn the American people about a potential plot of invasion, and they make it all a joke, a video game, while they come out with Far Cry 5 to make off-gridders look like nutters, which actually is easier to do now because of how many people are drinking the smartphone Facebook reality. Their main concern in their mind right now is immigrants and Muslims. It's not overcoming the illusions of separation and preparing for Red Dawn. They think they're ready for Red Dawn. They think they're bright enough to figure it out before it's too late. It's already too late.